Hello everyone, my name is Indana Ifitriani. My name numbers is 22052000008. So in this video, I would like to present my summary result from international conference. From part 1, the first speaker is from Dr. Aries Roda Romayosa. The title of her presentation is Alternative Technologies and Green Economy, CPU's Contribution Towards Sustained Philippine Agricultural Mechanization. So, CPU is a Christian university incorporated in 1903 and opened in 1952 under the auspices of the American Baptist Foreign Mission Society. CPU have 10,752 college students. Green economy is an alternative vision for growth and development, one that can generate economic development in ways consistent with advancing environmental sustainability and social well-being. One significant component of a green economy strategy is to promote the development and adoption of sustainable technologies. Incremental innovations such as increased material production, energy efficiency, and resource utilization in existing production process are key elements for the transition to a green economy. Sustainable mechanization and operation. Philippines have agriculture and fisheries mechanization law, which defines mechanized operation as the development, adoption, assembly, manufacture, and application of appropriate, location-specific, and cost-effective agricultural machinery using human, animal, mechanical, electrical, renewable, and other non-conventional sources of energy for production and post-production operations towards modernization of agriculture sector. Modernization and transformation. Sustainable agricultural mechanization. The modernization and transformation of the sector may be achieved thereby contributing especially to SDG 1 no poverty, SDG 2 zero hunger, SDG 7 affordable and clean energy, and SDG 9 which has industry, innovation, and infrastructure. In the Philippines, government policy and agriculture are now leaning towards self-sufficiency in terms of food supply. It means the adoption and utilization of technologies not to improve land crop and labor productivity. Study area and design process. 1. Conceptualization. 2. Design and development. 3. Enhancement and evaluation. Conclusion and implication. Operating efficiency of 3 classification development secret technology and CPU above the Philippine national standard, which show the potential of the technique, the promise of the technology, agricultural sector in the Philippines equipped with alternative technologies to improve state mechanism. Labor shortage can be overcome creating mechanical operation and production for the supply of food resources sustainable with agricultural mechanics. Development and adoption of sustainability technologies are key elements toward a green economy. Okay, next for the second speaker is Dr. Eka Nugraha Putra, SHMH PhD. The title of his presentation is Pursuing Environmental Justice. Introduction: Global environmental problems. As an example, is problem just happened last month in October. The problem one is a protester the focusing on the animal rebellion, and the second problem is focusing on the protesting to stop using the fossil fuel. From the problems we can see that actually that why their way to for testing is just to spark the environmental problem to remind us that there is still existing problem with our environmental in the world. Next is dilemmas in international justice. First, reclaiming the present generation against claims of future generation. 2. Globalization, modernization, technological advancement. 3. Environmental decay and depletion of resources. Next is substantive obligation. First is respect, that acknowledging that there are part of the problems. 2. Protect. 3. Fulfill. Next is environmental justice and criminal law. First, harm in criminal law, physical or mental injury because of criminal offense. 2. Environmental harm in criminal law, environment, wildlife, biodiversity, and natural resources. 3 is victimization, primary, secondary, tertiary, or no victimization. Next is access to justice for environmental rights. First, human rights approach should be in the perspective of any lawmaking. 2. Criminal law is one of the way to accessing justice for public. 3. Criminal Code Act should be based on public interest, not the rich, the powerful, and oligarchy. The next is Criminal Code Act should be drafted by accommodating the public concern because the law is a public law and will be enforced for the public interest. And the last is environmental justice movement, environmental declaration, and access to social justice. Okay, let's move to the part 2. The first speaker is Professor David Matteo Pettinella. The title of his presentation is The Use of Biomass and the Development of Bioeconomy in the European Union. First is definition of bioeconomy and curricular economy. Bioeconomy is the knowledge-based production and utilization of biological resources, innovative biological process and principle to sustainable provide goods and service across all economic sectors. And circular economy is one that is restorative and regenerative by design and which aims to keep products, components, and material at their highest utility and value at all times, distinguishing between technical and biological cycles. Next is two different complementary visions on circular bioeconomy. First is biotechnological vision, which focus on processing and upgrading biological raw materials, as well as on biotechnology research and application and new value chains. The second is social vision, highlighting sustainability and ecological process change also in the consumption styles and living standard. Next is the general policy objective. The most ambitious, simple, and well-defined intersectoral target the decarbonization of the euro economy. Minus 55% GHG emission below 1919 levels by 2013 or 7 years and 2 months ahead. Net zero GHG emission in 2050. Decarbonization, substitution of fossil fuels with renewable energy, raw material based on petrol using biomass, energy intense material with biomass. Next is 5 strategic sectors. First, engineered wood products. 2. Packaging, panels, and wood insulation. 3. Bioplastic. 4. Wood-based composite. 5. Biotextile products. And the last is how to deal with a very relevant increase of demand for biomass in the future. Biodiversity strategy. 30% of territory under protection and 10% under strict protection. And next for the second speaker is Professor Justina Nakonizna Bartosiewicz, PhD. The title of her presentation is Social Equalities and Green Governance. Social equality is a state of affairs in which all individuals within a specific society have equality rights, liberty, and status, possibly including civil rights, freedom of express autonomy, and equal to certain public good and social service. Referring to green government, the two standards of SE might be the most relevant for analysis. First, SA as equal opportunity and 2 SA equal condition. Green governance is environmental governance include policy, policies, rules and norms that govern human behavior, and it also addresses who makes decisions, how decisions are made and carried out, the scientific information needed for decisions making, and how the public and major stakeholders can participate in the decision making. The last is conclusion. Sustainable development concept has changed our perceptions of the connected between people and environment, including broader perspective that result in the concept of green governance. Green governance on the one hand shows the importance of natural environment, but on the other hand, it is still under negotiation what should be in the center, people with generation or environment. The weak links in the change in the perception of fairness and justice in the governance by its stakeholder. Okay, that's all my summary present. Thank you very much.